Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a third-person action-adventure game where you play as Lara Croft in search of a hidden city, a dagger, and a silver box. And you also kinda have to stop a Mayan apocalypse, no big deal. If the plot of stopping an apocalypse sounds familiar, don't worry. This isn't the end of things sounding familiar. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is probably one of the most generic and unoriginal AAA games I've played all year. There's just no soul here. The game is beautiful, the mechanics are great, tons of stealth options. You have your bow and arrow, you have guns that go in and out as this 14-hour story plays out, there's an XP system and skills, there are tombs which are easily the coolest and best part of the game, but the biggest challenge of these challenge areas is caring enough to go back once you have unlocked the gear to get to them, because the rest of the game is just so uninspired and boring. The scenery never really changes, it's jungles, caves, and underwater sections, which of course, you're in Central/South America, but nothing is done to make any of these sections feel different, nothing sticks out or is memorable aside from again the tombs, they're great, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider just makes a mistake of trying to be what it used to be instead of evolve and create something new. This feels more like Assassin's Creed and Uncharted thrown into a pot, melded and poured into an action-adventure mold. A linear feeling third-person Assassin's Creed walking simulator almost. I feel like both of these series are just ripped off from the mechanics down to their writing. It's just climbing through these boring platforming sections over and over just to hop in some water and do it all over again for 14 hours that just feels like it goes on forever and scenery that never changes. Shadow of the Tomb Raider falls into the trap of listening to the vocal minority. It tries so hard to be the past version of itself because it thinks that's what fans want. Tombs, puzzles, constant platforming. When just 5 years ago the series was rebooted, and that reboot brought Tomb Raider to near masterpiece level. It felt real and gritty. I felt anxiety when I would have to climb. Lara felt vulnerable and scared. She felt real. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, she feels like an emotionless mass murderer, just killing everyone in her way, not because she has to like I felt in the reboot, but because this is a video game and they're in the way. I feel like Shadow and Rise of the Tomb Raider just threw away the magic they created in the reboot. They kept the semi-open world and fast traveling, the hunting animals for crafting and upgrades, but they threw away the emotion, the grittiness, the realism. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a beautiful, well-polished game. The tombs are amazing. The little towns feel well-populated and alive, but there's no heart here, no soul. I only felt anything at the end during a touching moment that had nothing to do with this game's main story, but I didn't feel for Lara, any of her friends, or any of this game's main characters. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is simply forgettable. I give Shadow of the Tomb Raider a 6.5 out of 10